Greetings, metal community. Top 20. Is it top 20? Yeah. But I could have made a top 40 because, I mean, there's so much great stuff that I had to exclude from this list. But, you know, I had to reduce it. I will do a honorable mention video with, you know, death metal. I will not do a thrash metal list because I have 4 or 5 of the best thrash metal albums on this list, and I will do a black metal list as well, because yeah, it's kind of a lot of great black metal here, but I can't fit them all in, and it's kind of, I kind of separate my thrash and death in one, and then black metal in one, because I feel thrash and death metal you can compare, but not often black metal. It's kind of difficult. Black metal is more moody stuff for me, at least. Yeah, and as I said, difficult to choose. I had to leave out a lot of great albums. Not happy about that, but I'm very happy with the quality of my top 20 list. In the background, we can take that first. It's I showed this last night, or Sulphurous from Brazil. Excellent album. I've spun this like 6 or 7 times today. Just a absolute killer death metal release, but there is you know, a good deal of thrash metal. The vocals are not like deep death vocals. They have more kind of a occult feel to them. They do have some synths, like some occult synth lines going on, and a lot of great guitar works. I mean, some of the leads here are just killer stuff. So this was a dark horse this year. If I had gotten this earlier, I probably would have put it in my top 20. But you know, based on the amount of listens and it being so fresh, it's kind of difficult to just put it into the list. But yeah, top 20. And you know, the first 10 albums are, you know, or 9 albums are number 11 in a way. Cryptosis, Bionic Swarm, excellent technical thrash metal from the Netherlands. Love this album. I played it a lot. This is the first under the Cryptosis name. The previous band name was Distillator or something, that released a couple of very good thrash metal, but not as technical. But yeah, Cryptosis, excellent thrash metal release. Seen this on many lists, and they deserve it. Yeah, number 19 is a death metal band from Singapore, I think, Wrathful. And Wrathful brings chaos and destruction, and yeah, that's what they do. Excellent cover. Kind of starts out like a you know, a faster version of Necroceros, but you know, here are incantation, immolation, you know, vibes to it. Great death metal album. Played this a lot of times this year, and yeah, it's even that good that it's kind of close to top 10 death metal albums this year. Just a kind of a easy listening, but quality. So kind of a little bit like what we're hearing in the background. But yeah, great album. Wrathful. I've actually written down notes this time. UK, Celestial Sanctuary could have also been high on the list. This is a colored version, green and orange. You know me, I prefer black vinyl, but you know, this was what was available. So what can you do? Great album. You know, the UK scene has great stuff this year, and yeah, just killer stuff. I don't need to say so much about these albums because most of them are well known. I will try to say more about the more unknown bands. One of those are, I haven't seen this shown a lot, and that's pretty sad. Suffering Sights. I do believe this is chill as well. Great thrash death. I get a lot of thrash from it, but it is of course death metal as well. So kind of the early death metal. So the title is When Sanity Becomes Insanity. Great release. If you like trying to get into death metal, this is a killer release to do so. Yeah. Then we have Office Germany, Death Doom. Great album as always. Don't have to say much about this band. If you like Death Doom, I'm sure you have heard of Office. Yeah, great album. Spew Forth Odium. Then we have, we are going to Russia, I think. Yes, another thrash album, Mystic Storm. The English title is From the Ancient Chaos, and it sounds like 80s thrash. The Tent to Worship. I wouldn't have included this on the list if it hadn't been for that the vinyl edition does not have the Tent to cover that the tape and the CD have. But yeah, great thrash album, great vocalist. She has that Dawn Crosby feel to her. So a killer album and one of my most played albums this year. Then we are going to France. Great album, Venefixion, Aside from Below. Killer, vicious death metal, aggressive, kind of like earlier Necroceros, Nominum, Ensnared, that type of death metal. Great stuff. Played this also a lot of times because it's an album that when you put it on, you play it 4 or 5 times easily because it's just, yeah, great album. Venefixion, and that was number 14. And then we are going to number 13, which is Norwegian black metal, Djevel, Tanker som rir natten. Great album, old school sounding, you know. Said before, with these newer bands in Norway, if they had been released in 94, 95, they would be regarded as classics. Insanely long song titles, all in Norwegian. Maybe I should do a video just reading the titles of these albums. So if you're interested in that, I will do it for you. But Djevel, number 13, I believe. Then we are going to number 12. Killer album, Intestinal Hex. Could have been on the EP. It's only 29 minutes long. But yeah, I choose to. I think the band looks at it as a full length. The cool thing is that you flip. They have all the album on one side, so you will flip it. You get to start on the new. So yeah, excellent stuff. There are 3 songs here that are so damn good. I mean, for me, the last song here is just one of my favorite songs this year. And yeah, Intestinal Hex, killer album. Could easily have been, if it had been longer, and it's kind of that the songs between the great songs are they're not bad, but they kind of a little bit like uneven, but the 3 songs that are killer here is just top notch. If all songs had been that, it would be on the top of the list. So yeah, Intestinal Hex, killer album. Number 11, Decrepisy, Emetic Communion. I saw Simon had this high on his list. Very understandable, great death metal, heavy, yeah, like death metal should sound like, and a good production on it. It's not like the murky stuff or anything. It's just damn well done. Of course, Simon had the vinyl, so that's annoying for me. But hey, I'm happy to have it in my collection. A killer death metal release, and shouldn't need to say that, but all of these are. So to one of the longest running bands on the list, you know, Asphyx with Necroceros. Killer album. For me, this is actually turned out to be my favorite Asphyx album. Might change back to it, but it's been a long time since I played an Asphyx album that many times I have done with this. From start to finish, very variated as well. You have the doomiest song, and you have up-tempo songs. So blown away by it. Asphyx has kind of been a little bit flat. A couple of last releases been great, but kind of not popped out anything. But here's killer songs that really pops out. So very happy with that. Then we are going to Norway. A absolute killer release. Funeral Doom. Praesentialis in Aeternum. My Latin is not that good, but yeah. Beautiful, heavy, juicy, well produced. I think they have, at least they have a 7-string guitar on this album, I'm pretty sure, maybe an 8-string. Heavy sound. Great vocals. You have growls here, you have, duets, clean vocals, all over the place. The vocalist was previously in Sulphurous. Did also sing on the Osmegin record back in 2003. Don't remember the title, but yeah, beautiful, heavy doom, funeral doom. I mean, there are up-tempo stuff here as well. More variated in tempo than Funeral has been earlier, and definitely my favorite Funeral album. They kind of nailed it with this one, and it's an album that's climbing for each listen. Just love it. Another killer album. Burial. Anthony showed this in his list together with Cody. Inner Gateways to the Slumbering Equilibrium at the Center of Cosmos is the short title of this. Excellent death metal. I mean, from now on everything is pure class, but yeah, it has all you want from a death metal album in these days. Then we are going to Denmark, I think. Sulphurous. The album title is The Black Mouth of Sepulchre. Great, dark, cavernous, dirty death metal. Damn heavy, brutal. Do have slower parts, but it's very brutal. It's not like blast beat brutals in a way, but it's just fantastic. Excellent cover as well. Just a killer album. This is also an album that gets better and better for every time I play it. Have gradually stepped up on the list. Then we have Suffering Hour. The Cyclic Reckoning. Black metal, death metal, both in one. Very twisted guitar tone and yeah, song structure. Just standout album in terms of that. So yeah, really love this album. Came out pretty early, so I played it a lot. Just that kind of almost auto-tune guitar tone is awesome. UK again. This is number 5. Grave Miasma. Abyss from Wrathful Deities. Excellent album again. Not as dark and deep as they have been on the previous albums, but a little bit kind of lighter guitar tone and lighter vocals, but yeah, again, top notch. Have been on top 5 since yeah, it came out really. Then we have another killer album. It's Crypts of Despair. Again, a death metal release that has some black metal atmosphere. It is pure death metal, but it has this cold and you know, bleak feeling to it, even though it's well produced and heavy, and yeah, just a fantastic release and a fantastic cover, you know, transcending obscurity. They do very nice work on their vinyls. I actually think this was a colored, terrible color, but I can show it. I don't like color vinyl, and this is way too much. This side is not that bad, but this side is, yeah. But you know, it's the music that counts. I said that many times before, and you know, I can't battle the various colored editions. They are here to stay, unfortunately. I want all on black, but that's just me. Number 3, and this has also been a climber, but you know, Rothadas. I'm not going to pronounce the title because it's not in a language that I understand. Excellent death doom, killer, and this album as well has some really pop out songs, especially yeah, song number 3 and song number 6 have that kind of build up and just getting better and better, you know, and the album is getting better for every spin. Absolute fantastic album. Yeah, but it had no chance against the 2 top albums. You probably know this, at least the followers of my channel know that it's kind of a split first place for me. I'm gonna show Visions of Trismegistos, Nekromantheon first. Absolute killer album, and yeah, thrash in the more brutal side or aggressive side, but a lot of technicality, and the drumming on this album is outstanding. Yeah, just a absolute killer album. Play this, yeah, hundreds of times, and it's it's not getting you know, losing its pace and its energy. It's just fucking brilliant. Pardon my language. And the next one is also fucking brilliant, but in another scale. It's Lvcifyre, The Broken Seal, and yeah, this is just absolute fantastic, dark, evil death metal. Love the cover as well. It fits the music perfectly. Yeah, demonic death metal. Turn off the lights and close your eyes and let yourself be pulled down. Yeah, so that is the top of my list. I did see that I actually have pulled out 21 albums, and of course I should have pulled out. This is a top 10 album, Whoredom Rife, but it's not number 1, so I just wanted to include it, so it's actually top 21. But this is a top 10 album, Whoredom Rife, killer stuff. But you know, it can't compete with my two top picks, and I will pull them out once more just to clarify everything. This is the 2 best albums of the year, and yeah, that was all I had for this video. So, as I said, there will be a black metal video, and there will be a honorable mention or kind of 20 to 40 death metal releases as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and take care everybody. Lvcifyre.